What is up, fellow travelers? Aaron the Old Man Gamer here, and it's time for some more low sodium game time with Dark Souls 3. So, this is going to look incongruous with the other episodes that I've recorded, and basically, long story short, I screwed up, and I had an old person moment, and I have several of them on a regular basis, but this was one that's related to the episode in question. So, basically what we're looking at right here, this is my end game character. So what we're doing here is a little episode reconstruction. So what happened was that I was going to record this episode, and for some reason I overwrote that with the next episode. So what happened was the episode that you're about to see here was recorded with the character that I was playing at the time. Went through all that area, went up to Lothric and Lorien, did a couple runs against him, and then ended the episode. And then I recorded the next episode where I went and did a couple more runs against Lothric and Lorien, ultimately defeating him, and then going on to the next area, which was the part basically going towards the area, the start area of the Katsum King's Garden. So we went down to the Dancer's Bonfire and started there. So what happened was that when I was doing the editing and stuff like that, I overwrote this particular episode with the episode that came immediately after it. Old person moment, I'm sorry. Happens sometimes because, face it, the brain's not working as well as it used to. So, in order to keep continuity and all that, I'm basically using my endgame character, seen here, sporting the awesomely cool armor of Artorias, aka the Wolf Knight armor. We get this later in the game, and I've been using it ever since I got it, so... And we also are using a Lothric Knight Greatsword infused with Dark here. So it's quite a bit different than the Black Knight Greatsword that we were using in the other episode. So the effect is about the same. So what we're going to do is we made it here in the previous episode that you saw. So we fought the 3 NPCs that were out here. Well, technically fought. We only really fought one of them. We cheesed 2 of them. So basically, we're going to go up into, let's see, where is that tower? It's over that way, I believe. It's up there at the top. Let's see. Let me get a good vantage here. It is up there. So there's a bunch of stuff up there that we wanted. And anyway, we also went into the rafters up above. I'll show you that right here. So basically, we went up there. There's a cage up there. There's an open door. You drop down. You land on these little walkways up at the top. There is a man grub up there, and as we did in that episode, so we're not going to actually go up there because there's nothing up there anymore. And I've got a problem with heights, and looking down long distance makes me, not feel too good. And rustling my own jimmies is not a good thing. I don't enjoy it, and if you have phobias and stuff like that, you wouldn't enjoy poking them either. So what we did in the last episode, well, in that particular episode that was lost, was this. Mr. Mangrub over there, he falls down over that way. He will start shooting stuff at us, but our range is a lot longer than his is. So we can actually... Sir. We have to stop that. I'm going to have to burn you with pyromancies here. Alright. Anyway, where were we? Okay, Mr. Man Grub over there. He's still alive. Sometimes he falls all the way down to his death, but other times he doesn't. Okay. Seems we're gonna have to shoot from here, because otherwise we're gonna get obstructed. Okay, that's him. So, the reason I shoot him from here is because when you're up there, that whole area is gravity death hell. So, if you're a Dark Souls 1 fan and you've played through an Orlando, that part where you go up through the rafters and had the painted guardians, or the painting guardians coming around there, it's basically the same experience all over again. So, yeah, if you don't like gravity death, the best thing you could do is shoot that man grub off of there so he's not casting junk at you while you're trying to move around up there on a very narrow catwalk and, you know, you're trying to avoid gravity death. So, now that we've got rid of him, we could go into the rafters with impunity, but we're not going to do that today because, frankly, I've already done it once. It rustled my jimmies really badly. I didn't enjoy it. And also, while we were up there, we grabbed everything that there was to grab. So, what we're going to do is we're going to go around here, and I'm going to show you where all the stuff was, and we'll fight the enemies that are here because they respawn. Now, this is a great farm spot. I use this area a lot because these guys can be farmed for large Titanite chunks, and they also drop a hefty amount of souls. So the way you do this area is you go up here, and when they start dropping, you immediately go back down into this area over here. So we're going to lure one of them. So there's the guy with the twin axes. He'll see us right here. So we'll lure him down here, because the last thing you want is to have two winged knights coming at you. And, having these guys try to beat you up is gonna be fun. As you can see, backstabbing these guys is really effective. And to tell you the truth, the winged knight with the two axes, he's the easiest one to farm. All these other guys are a little bit more difficult. As you can see, I've upped my endurance a bit. Drops a large Titanite. There are these pilgrim butterflies all over the place. They don't do anything to you, so it's best to just ignore them. So over here, right in this spot right here, where this dead body is an Estus shard. So very important to get that, because Estus shards are incredibly important in this game, especially when it comes to healing. So up this way is a ring. I think it's the Thief's Ring. It's the one that gives you a bonus to dexterity. So, just, he would be on this corpse right here. We've already gotten it already. So if you want to try to plunge that third winged knight, you can do it. So what you do is you hop off this thing onto that roof over there, drop down onto that railing, and then plunge it. We're not going to do that because frankly, it's a lot of trouble for not a lot of results. So this whole thing over here, nothing here. See, there's nothing in this area, no hidden walls, no hidden items, no anything. So this will allow you to drop off, but you won't be able to hit that guy because he's not here. Wing Knight guy is over there. So we're just going to go back over this way, down the stairs, and come around the back for him. And then we're going to beat him up. There we go. He can actually be pretty tough to deal with, but I've done this farm many, many times before, so he doesn't really faze me at all. So in here is the entrance to that big sort of, I guess, brass-colored cage. So you drop down there. There's a one of these rafter beams there. You drop down onto that. You drop down to the interior of the cage. There's a drop down further, and then you end up on the areas down below where that man grub was. So you can walk across these beams. There is a ladder down there that you can go down, and there's a couple chests that you can pick up. One has Twinkling Titanite, and I think the other has Divine Blessing. So that's that. So if you're just here to farm, it's a good area to farm. Let's see, where am I going? Okay, let's go back this way. Sometimes get these stairways confused because they all kind of look the same. But this is the way back where we came from, so pretty sure I got the soul item. There's a soul item over here. Yeah, so right here, this would be a soul item. It's a fairly substantial one, so yeah, I recommend picking that one up. Don't miss that one. It's not one of the rinky-dink ones you find in some of these locations. That one actually gives you a fairly large amount of souls. So then we go over this way. Is there anything over here? I don't think so. No. So I always think there's stuff there for some reason because it looked like it'd be a good place for it. So this area as well. You look over here and you think, well, there's all these little hidden areas, little nooks and crannies. You know, there should be something hidden back there, right? No, nothing there. See? Anyway, there's a bunch of hollows here, and we'll have a bunch of Lothric Knights coming down from that stairway over there. Anyway, so these particular barriers will be a hindrance. You don't have to break them. I recommend doing it, though. There's all these crossbow guys. So there's a bunch of dudes coming down from above. There's 3 spear hollows and 1 knight. So that knight is behind everybody. So we're going to get out of range of those crossbow guys, because they can be really annoying. Try to draw this knight over this way. Heavy weapons are nice because you're able to poise through stuff. That hyper armor really, really works well when you're dealing with guys who are using lighter weapons than you are. So these guys can be a problem because the attack is a group, technically. You notice how they both decide to thrust at the same time. Okay. Now you guys. You two are really, really starting to annoy me. Okay. This guy dropped us. Just a large Titanite. That's okay. Large Titanites are good. Alright. We have our shield out. So there's 2 Spear Knights coming down, and there'll be a 1 with a Greatsword. So, if you're smart, and you've played this game before, there is a elevator over that way. So now we've aggroed that guy. He'll come over and try to get at us. But, no, we want to go that way. So you want to separate him from the rest because 3 Lothric Knights on top of you is not a good thing. Spear guy is going back. We can lure Greatsword boy over this way. Hesitation equals death, buddy. Sorry. Anyway. Alrighty then. That was that. Those guys are pretty tough, and you don't want to get them in a situation where more than one of them is attacking you at any given time. Best way to do it is to lure one away, or if you're able to, just run right through them and immediately go this way. So this area right here, this particular thing, we'll pull the elevator back up. So this area right here, in through here, is where Lothric and Lorien are at. So we've already defeated Lothric and Lorien as of the recording of this episode. So, basically speaking, you go here, Cirrus's summon sign's right here if you've completed her quest line, and she offers her services as a knight. You can summon her. At this spot, she will help you with the Twin Princes. So the Twin Princes are in here. There's a cutscene. Lothric is up there on that little dais area, and he will just basically say, "You know what? I totally don't care about being a Lord of Cinder. Screw the linking of the fire. You know, I don't care. And if you want to keep coming at me to try to get me to go back there, you're going to have to deal with my brother Lorien." So Lorien comes out from the side, and he teleports down into the battle arena. You deal with Lorien, and then if you kill Lorien, Lothric will come down and he will resurrect Lorien, and then you'll have to fight a combined duo where Lothric will be on Lorien's back. You'll see that in the next episode, which will be in timeline where we actually do the final battle with him. So Lothric and Lorien are they're the last Lord of Cinder to fight in before you hit endgame. In the base game, after you do Lothric and Lorien, you're supposed to go fight the Soul of Cinder. So in our case, we went to the optional boss areas, where we went to the Dancer's Bonfire, and just take a moment here to look at the awesome artwork and cool vistas that you have when you play Dark Souls 3. But yeah, we went back to the optional boss area where we went to fight Osiris, the Consumed King, and then on to Champion Gundyr, and then after that we did Archdragon Peak. So that would be the progression path that I would normally follow. And if you're doing the base game, that is kind of how I played it. And then after that, I would go into the DLC. So that's what you have to look forward to in the next coming episode. So anyway, this elevator here, there are two parts to this elevator. So what we're going to do here is we're going to go down. So here we are, and I'm going to trigger this elevator to go back up. So we're here at Lothric Castle. You might recognize this location. So right out here is the courtyard leading up to where the Dragon Slayer armor was. Grand Archives are behind that. Altar of Sunlight's over there. Dancer's Bonfire is just past that elevator. So going back over here, we're going to go show you what happens with the second part of the elevator. So like the area where we met Sigvard, this area is there's a lower area and an upper area. So take this down. So we did this in the previous episode. See that corpse over there? That corpse over there, it has a Titanite slab. So we've already obviously picked it up. And now we're just going to go back upstairs to where we were. Send this elevator down. And that's pretty much it for that area. So we'll get you back to where I started up the next episode for continuity's sake. So just pull this lever, summon this elevator. So the next part of this, well, no, we didn't start at the Dancer's Bonfire. We started over here. Old man moment again. So I have quite a few of these. You know, it's tough being old sometimes. Your memory's not what it used to be, and if you're like me, caffeine addiction is eating away at your brain, so if you don't have enough of it, you really can't function properly. But anyway, I apologize for the slipshod nature of this episode. I'm trying to remember what I did going back like 48 episodes of recording. And then also having not touched this in a little while, and then going back and then trying to figure out what I did. So that was it. We skipped the part in the rafters because, frankly, there's no reason to do it again. And I didn't enjoy doing it the first time. So anyway, thanks for watching. And just, sorry for the incongruity. But I didn't want you to, wonder what the heck happened to all that content. So basically, I screwed up. I overwrote the file with the next episode file, and then didn't realize that I had done that until long after I'd finished recording the entire series. So, anyway, hopefully it won't screw things up too much when you get back to the regular flow of things. But anyway, we'll be going on. The next game in the low sodium game time series is already being recorded, so hopefully you'll enjoy that one too. But in the meantime, I will bid you all safe travels, and we'll see you all again soon with some more low sodium game time and Dark Souls 3. So have a good one, folks. Take care and stay safe.